most humans have a limited circle of competence. So there's no problem with having a small circle of competence. In fact, you can get extremely wealthy with an extremely narrow circle of competence. That is the nature of most entrepreneurs. Their circle of competence is very narrow. They are, in many cases, an inch wide and a mile deep, and it works well for them. So we have to be honest with ourselves, and we have to ask ourselves, is this business within our circle of competence? And it might be the case in 98 or 99% of businesses you encounter. The answer is no. If I encounter any biotech company, I know nothing about it. I can't do anything with it. I don't like the healthcare space. I just say, I'll take a pass on that. There's entire large like defense companies or defense contractors. I just don't like businesses that have one customer, which is the government, because I think that it gets a little shady sometimes and there could be non-market forces. I just don't like those businesses. Now, they could be really good investments for someone else, but they're not for me. So lots and lot of things I will quickly get rid of, or irrationally. And it doesn't matter if you get rid of a business, eventually goes up 100 times or 1,000 times. What matters more is to avoid the ones that you don't really understand. And so the first is circle of competence. The second is margin of safety. So if you have a good understanding of a company, by definition, you know what it's worth. You can't really have a good understanding and then basically say, I don't know what this is worth. And if you know what it's worth, and you obviously the market's giving you a market price, if you see a large enough delta there. So the third thing is be very unreasonable. So if you say to yourself, I want to buy things that are 50% off, you will find plenty of companies. If you become more unreasonable and I say, I want to buy something that's 75% off, you will still find companies. If you say to yourself, I want things that are 90% off, you'll still find companies. Because the universe of companies is so large, if you are willing to dig through those 50,000 businesses, you'll find them at 50, 70, 90, 95% off. And they're not that common. And obviously you have to overlay that with circle of competence, but they're there. And so this is the way it is. It's a treasure hunt. You're looking for a needle in the haystack, and you want 7 moons to line up. And the other side of this is if you made 8 or 10 bets like this, and even half of them didn't work, which is probably going to be the case, error rate here might be 50%. It doesn't matter. And if you're right on 4 out of 8 or 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10, it's going to work out spectacularly for you. And so it's a pretty straightforward, I would say, template and game plan. Execution is not so straightforward, but if you're dogged and focused, you can get there.